Do you know what is killing people more than disease, hunger, or accidents? Not storms, not war. It is worry. Worry silently destroys health, ruins relationships, extinguishes dreams, and makes you slowly die while still alive. Especially dangerous are worries about things you cannot control. They are like an invisible burden weighing down your life. In a small riverside village in Uzbekistan, there was a man named Rustam. From the outside, Rustam had a normal life, a loving family, a green field, and a sufficient living. But inside, Rustam was a slave to worry. Every morning he went to the field, eyes fixed on the rice plants. He worried too much rain would flood them. He worried drought would dry them out. He worried about his health. What if I get sick tomorrow? Who will take care of the farm? He checked his body all day, imagining all kinds of illnesses. He worried about his children. Will they choose the wrong path? Will they leave the village and never return? Will they fail in life? He tried to control every decision they made. He even worried about the whole village. Will bandits come? Will our village fade away? Rustam worried about things that had not happened, so much that when his son was accepted to work with the best farmer nearby, he was not happy, but even more worried that his son would go far away, face danger on the road, and forget his father. When his daughter married a kind man, he did not celebrate, but worried she would be unhappy, worried about distance, worried the marriage would fall apart. Even when the village had a bumper harvest, he still worried about next year, worried that disaster was coming. Worry had turned Rustam into a shadow of himself. He aged before his time. His hair turned gray early, his face full of deep wrinkles from stress, high blood pressure, trembling hands. Every night he lost sleep, lying awake with invisible fears. His wife loved him, but was exhausted living with constant fear. She wanted happiness, wanted laughter, but Rustam always worried about something. His children lived as if walking on eggshells. They did not dare to be happy for fear he would worry. They did not dare to share for fear he would control them. Worry was not only killing Rustam, but also slowly destroying his family. Do you know that there is a moment that can change an entire life? One hot afternoon in the riverside village of Uzbekistan, Rustam suddenly collapsed while working in the field. His heart raced wildly. His face turned pale. His breathing was heavy. The whole village panicked. The village doctor rushed over, examined him carefully, then shook his head seriously. Rustam, you have severe heart disease. If you do not stop worrying immediately, you will die. Worry is killing you every day. Rustam lay in bed, covered in cold sweat. He tried, but the fear still clung to him. His wife, worried to tears, invited the wisest elder in the village to their home. The old man sat by the window, looking out at the green fields and said gently, Rustam, I know you have worried all your life, but tell me honestly, of all the things you have worried about for decades, how many have actually happened? Rustam fell silent, thinking. Then he was startled. Most of his worries had never come true. He worried about floods and droughts many times, but the crops still grew well. He worried constantly about illness, yet he remained healthy and working. He worried his children would go astray and leave, but they still loved him and visited often. He worried the village would decline, but it remained peaceful. On the contrary, the best things in his life, a gentle wife, well-behaved children, abundant harvests, came without his control. They came naturally, without his worry or interference. At that moment, Rustam awakened. He realized he had wasted his entire life on imaginary fears. Rustam sat quietly by the window, the afternoon sunlight shining over the lush green fields by the river in Uzbekistan. The wise elder's words still echoed clearly in his ears. Suddenly, he fully awakened. He realized the greatest mistake of his life. For all these years, Rustam had tried to do God's work. He controlled his children's future, worried about the harvest, and tried to protect his family from every possible disaster. He acted as if he were the one deciding everything in life. But how can a human control the weather, people's hearts, or the future? That endless worry had stolen his health, peace, and joy day by day. In that sacred moment, Rustam made a decision that would change his life. He let go of everything he could not control. He knelt down, closed his eyes, and whispered to God, "Lord, I entrust everything to you." From then on, he focused only on his part, working diligently in the fields every day, loving his family wholeheartedly, and taking care of his health. As for the rain, illness, or the future of the village, he fully trusted God and carried no more worry. His heart suddenly felt incredibly light. All fear vanished. In its place was a deep peace he had never known. He smiled with happiness, knowing that from this moment on, his life would be completely different. Rustam began living in a new way. Within just a few weeks, his health changed noticeably. His heartbeat became steady, his blood pressure dropped, his hands stopped trembling. Every night he slept well, waking up with a smile instead of cold sweat and fear. His wife was surprised. "You are different now. You smile more. You are happy again." His children exclaimed, "Dad is easier to be around now. He no longer controls us. He asks about us sincerely." Rustam no longer lived in fear. He enjoyed each day, laughing with his wife, playing with his grandchildren, tending the fields with a light heart. Then a real challenge came. A great storm swept through the village in Uzbekistan, rain pouring down, destroying most of the crops. Many families lost everything. Rustam also suffered heavy losses, but he did not panic like before. He calmly went to the fields, assessed the damage, and helped neighbors save what remained. That night, he simply said, "I have done my best. The rest I leave to God." He still slept well. Another time, his daughter became seriously ill in a distant town. When the news came, Rustam immediately set out. He stayed by her side, arranged medicine, and cared for her attentively. But he did not worry frantically. He whispered, "Lord, I entrust my daughter to you." And he waited with a strange peace. The final lesson from Rustam's story is profound. True peace does not come from controlling everything in life, but from trusting God. Rustam became the most peaceful man in the village and inspired many people. He lived happier after letting go of worry. To apply this, write down the things you are worrying about. Then ask yourself if you can control them. If yes, take action immediately to solve them. If not, entrust them to God and let go completely. Do not hold on to useless worries. What matters is to start with just one thing today. One small step will bring great peace to you. The story reminds us that life becomes more peaceful when we learn to trust God instead of trying to control everything. Rustam is a living example. Try it today to feel the clear difference and share it with your loved ones.